Hey everybody, it's February 17th, 2022 as I'm recording this, and I'm happy to report I'm down to my last clutch of ball python eggs incubating from the 2021 season. So happy. It's been quite a year. I've hatched so many clutches and my head's just been spinning with all the babies I've been producing. But I want to show two out of my last three clutches, and then I have one last clutch incubating yet that's actually still a couple weeks away from hatching. So let's take a look at these guys. So I've got two clutches to show you here, and very cool results. Some interesting results. Some of them in a good way, some of them in a bad way. I'm going to explain that as I show the clutches. First clutch here is a really cool clutch. This one's from a Hypo Bamboo Enchi bred to a banana het hypo. So I'll show you some of the really cool things. There are a lot of different colors in this clutch. First one here is a normal. So that would be 100% het hypo. Really nice looking one, but you know, nothing that unusual. Okay, the second one is a banana, and that is either a hypo or 100% het hypo. Hypo bananas are kind of hard to tell at first. I'm leaning towards it's just a het hypo banana. But I'm not 100% sure. I'll know as it gets older. The hypo bananas lighten up a bit more. They also don't tend to get the black spotting that regular bananas get. If they do, they're not as dark as the regular banana spotting. I believe that one's actually a female too. Let me take a look here. Yeah, this one's a female. So that's kind of nice. Always good to have more female bananas hatching. Okay, the next one here. This is a Hypo Bamboo. You can see it's much more smooth with the colors. Just really an interesting look for a bamboo. It's got the typical bamboo coloration, or not coloration, typical bamboo pattern, but that that hypo look to it. Really, really interesting. Okay, the next one that hatched out here. This is a banana Enchi bamboo. So banana, bamboo, and Enchi all in one snake. I actually thought this one had hypo in it at first. I don't think it does. I'm pretty sure this is just a regular banana bamboo Enchi. Here's the next one. This one, I think, is a hypo banana bamboo Enchi. And then this one as well. These two have a little bit different color heads. Definitely different overall color tones than this one has. So I think these are the same. This one just got a little bit more color on its head than this one does. So yeah, look at all the different colors all in one clutch. Ball pythons are just amazing. You know, just the crazy total number of different color and pattern possibilities. I mean, look at even within one clutch. Like, who would have imagined, 10 or 15 years ago that you could make a clutch that has all these different kinds of outcomes? Let me know which one's your favorite. You can comment in the below this video. I'm always curious to get other people's opinions on what morphs they think are cool. Look at that locomotion. I love ball pythons. I cannot get enough of them. Even this normal or het hypo, it's just still a spectacular looking snake. Okay, so I'm gonna put these guys back so they don't squirm. I can't believe I haven't gotten bitten by these yet because they were all on fire this morning. This one's got so much white in the sides it almost looks like it has calico. I produced a few calico bamboos in the past, and it kind of looks a little bit like that, but yeah, just really, really cool snake. Okay, let's look at the next clutch now. So this clutch I have mixed results with. Had some deformity issues with it. Still wanted to show them. I just kind of wanted to show that, you know, sometimes that happens when you produce ball pythons. Sometimes some babies come out not perfect. You know, it's unfortunate, but it does happen. Doesn't mean there's anything genetically wrong with the breeding or anything like that. It just happens. And this is an example of that, of some awesome snakes that a couple of them are far from perfect. So let's take a look. This breeding, this is from my one of my Krypton projects. This breeding is from a pastel calico yellow belly clown bred to a pastel Krypton. So in this clutch we can get both Kryptons and clowns in it. We can't get any pure cryptics, but we can get Kryptons and clowns along with those other genes. So let's take a look at these. This first one here is a yellow belly clown. See all that pattern along the sides. That's pretty typical yellow belly. A really busy pattern to this one. Awesome head stamp too. Okay, this one is a calico pastel clown. It's got some really, you know, very different looking than a typical pastel clown. With the, you know, just the coloration of the dark pattern is very different. Doesn't really have very strong calico influence compared to the others, and I don't think this one has yellow belly in it. If it does, this one's greatly reduced in pattern. You know, it doesn't really have a whole lot of the, you know, typically yellow belly markers on the sides, all the different blushing like this one has. So I'm thinking that this is just a calico clown. Pastel, of course. A really cool looking snake though. Okay, now I'm going to show a couple of the Kryptons, and unfortunately the Kryptons are the ones that came out not perfect. So let's take a look at this first one. This first one would be so awesome if it was perfect. You can see the facial deformity there. I was crushed when I saw this one's face because the coloration and the pattern on this snake is incredible. I believe that this is Super Pastel Calico Yellow Belly Krypton, and that would have been the first of that type that I, well, he or she is the first of that type I ever produced. So what I usually do with snakes that have deformities like this is I give them every chance to survive. You know, I don't think that an animal should just be put down just because it's not perfect. You know, I give it every chance to eat. And if it eats and thrives, great. You know, I'll keep it, or I'll find a home for it to be a pet. You know, I even though I don't believe that anything inheritable caused that, I still would probably avoid breeding it, just because if there was some kind of combination of genes that caused the deformity like that, I wouldn't want that passed around. You know, I try to only breed perfect snakes if at all possible. But I mean, I love the overall color of this. Is so wild, and the pattern. Like I said, I was pretty crushed when I saw that face on this snake, because otherwise, I mean, I think this one's a male. The snake would have definitely stayed here and become a breeder at some point. Okay, the other one, now this one is a yellow belly Krypton, and unfortunately this one hatched out even worse shape than the other one. You can see that slit in there, that's where the umbilical cord would have been, and it's also got kind of fused right here too. So this snake probably will not, you can see its heart beating. So it's got all kinds of deformities. It's probably not going to survive. And like I said, I normally don't show stuff like this in videos, but I thought it would be a good educational tool to show people that things like this happen to breeders. Anybody who breeds ball pythons on any scale whatsoever, you're going to have something like this happen sooner or later, and it's just disappointing. But just know that you're not the only person that this happens to. It happens to me. It happens to everybody. So just take some solace in that, I guess. Okay, then Here's probably the craziest looking snake that hatched in this clutch. This is another clown. I believe that this is a super pastel calico yellow belly clown. The weird thing is I've produced these before. I've never produced one so white like this and with this much blushing. I mean, you know, it's basically from here down, you know, that's all calico doing that, just basically washing out the pattern. It looks like it took an eraser to the snake and just, or a sandblaster or something, and just eliminated all the pattern on the back half of that snake's body. But I think it's a really, really just gorgeous snake. I'm pretty happy with how that one turned out. And like I said, I've produced these before, and I have not hit on one that looks like that. But with the combination that I used to produce it, that's the only thing it could be. It has to be a super pastel calico, and I don't see any reason why I wouldn't think there's yellow belly in that. I'm virtually positive that there is, and it's definitely a clown. So really cool snake. All right, well, that's all I have today. Depending on what comes out of the next clutch, I may show my last clutch for 2021, and the clutches for 2022 will be coming pretty soon. I won't be hatching any more babies out after this last clutch for several months, I think. I don't have any females that are going to be laying any day now or anything. I see a lot of females really thickening up. I know they're going to go. A lot of my favorite projects, clown pieds, genetic stripe clowns, you know, that kind of stuff is really looking good this year. So hopefully I'll have a lot of really awesome things to show you this season. You know, once the hatching season starts, I'll be showing videos again. I'll probably start them up twice a week again once I have more stuff to show. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Make sure to visit my website, royalconstrictordesigns.com, to see what I have available. I think I've got somewhere around close to 500 individual snakes for sale on the website, and everything that I have on the website is also on Morph Market. So make sure to check that out. Like and subscribe if you would, please. And I will be back again with another video very soon.